Welcome to another episode of Sitar Gurukul. In today's lesson, we are going to discuss one more taan. Now, question arises, what is a taan? A taan is something that the Western musicians call triplets. Now, many of you, I'm sure, already know what taans are, especially if you belong to this part of the world. For Western musicians or students, you might have heard of the term triplets. Now, taans or triplets are usually fast movements that are counted in beats. So sometimes they act as the main body of a performance, sometimes as fillers. They have various uses. In Indian classical, we usually use taans as a musical display of sometimes of how ready we are, how skilled we are. So it's usually very fast paced, and taans can be really great for exercises as well. So considering that you have already learned one taan, which we have been calling sargam, which is the Saregama Pathanisa and Sanithapa Magaresa. Now we are going to add a new taan to that layer. Now, when you learn more, you're going to realize that you're probably never going to use Saregama Pathanisa and Sanithapa Magaresa as a taan because it sounds way too basic. So, as we go further down the road, we are going to have more complex taans. But for now, the idea is going to be that we are going to collect 10 such taans. And when we are going to finally learn a basic composition, we are going to need those taans to be build the body of the composition with. So, as I have already mentioned in probably one of the last two classes, that I have asked all of you to stop using the Shuddha Madhyam over here and start using the Tivra Madhyam over here. And the reason for that is because we are going to start learning yaman. So anything and everything that we are going to play from now is going to have the Tivra Madhyam, which is the note right before ma. So today's taan is very simple. It also combines the basic chalan or the blueprint of rag. We're going to talk deeper into that at a much later episode. So I'm going to demonstrate. So firstly, you have not exceeded the limit over here, which was sa. So far you've been playing only sa to sa and then back. So this is your overall limit. So since our notes we play on octaves, so right before the note over here, this fret is ni, and one gap over here, which is the komal. Then you come here. So 1, 2, gap 1, gap 1, 2. So this is how it's going to be. So you play sa, immediate previous note to the sa is the ni. Then we are going to skip it because it's a komal ni. Then dha, and then pa, and then ma, and then you have an open string, which is the Shuddha ma, which we will be avoiding from now. So you play dha ni re ga ma dha ni re sa ni dha pa ma ga re sa. So one more time. So phrases like these or triplets or taans, we are going to have different kinds of taans. This is still an 8-beat taan. Now, how do we calculate beats of a taan? This we are going to discuss very soon. But for now, this is one more layer to your practice. Two things that you're going to notice is this is substantially more difficult than playing the sargam, because firstly, the range is much farther away. It's much bigger, the range. Secondly, you're going to notice that dha, ni, and then you have to skip sa to play re, ga, ma, and then you skip pa to play dha, and while you come back, the return journey you're going to notice is substantially difficult than the ascending. So you're going to notice that climbing up the stairs is much more difficult than coming down. So this is kind of like that. So you come over here, and then when you want to come back, not only do you have to push the weight of your arm, but you also have this added resistance, because you're going to notice that the right corner of the finger gets more used. So it's going to be a common problem for everybody. The returning is not going to sound as good as the forward or ascending, and that is something you don't need to worry about. You just need to keep on practicing. So that's it for today. On the next class, we are going to discuss some other topic. For now, this specific taan, dhani rega ma dhani re, sani thapa magaresa,